everybody wants to make an interesting film, and it is not interesting film means it has proper content where you get involved, indulge into the characters, and there's suspense, there's excitement, and there's anger, and there's a little romance, and everything happening, and the subject has everything in it, you know, and it falls very well. So definitely, and that's what one always looks for. Otherwise, you know, you rarely come across stories which are narrated to you. Mostly they are say, "Ye picture hum ye bana rahe hain." You know, that has been the off or biopic bana rahe hain, ye kar rahe hain. Nobody is going into the actually coming out with a subject. So I think, and I've always been a person who wants to hear subjects and rather do that than do something else. And I was very excited about the whole thing when I joined in, and that time the cinema was really ruled by Papa, Amit Ji, Shatru, Vinod Khanna. So many other actors were there which were so big, and that's the time when we entered in. And that time they would do the youngsters role. Youngsters were not doing the youngsters role. So when he came in, obviously the image was always there, but I never took the image heavy on me, because obviously he's my dad, and obviously he's the best, he is good. I have to make my path, so I will not. Didn't want that to affect me, because I have to pave my path. And I was fortunate enough, because that time I was not much into that kind of a cinema, so I started doing films like Arjun. Then the Betaab Arjun, then there was Yatim, there was Dakat. So I was fortunate enough to get the writers and the directors who were in my age in that time, and they were also wanting to do this kind of a cinema. So we were so wanting to do those things. And when I came in, people were doing so many films together. I just wanted to do one film at a time that time. And later on I found I was the only foolish one, because my shooting pe jata tha, bakiyon ki dates nahi hoti thi. Mere 3-3, 4-4 mahine chale gaye and I'm doing nothing. Because getting other actors used to be such a pain. Then eventually I had to get into the circle of what the cinema is, and then later on then I filtered into it very well. I remember not wanting to do one particular film because of a remake of a film from somewhere. And I was very adamant, I don't want to do this, is not my cinema. But my dad said, you have to do it, and they all insisted. Fortunately it was a big hit, but I was not, then slowly I molded myself, you know, I got into the whole thing, because every time you can't get a great script or the script that you really want to do, it'll come somewhere. That's the journey basically.
સબસ્ક્રાઇબ કરો ગુજરાતી મિડ ડે. બેલ આઇકોન પર ક્લિક કરીને મેળવો તમામ વિડીયોના ડાયરેક્ટ નોટિફિકેશન.